Here we go. My face isn't in it yet. Maybe by the end of this semester, I won't have this awkward way that I get in front of the camera. Right now, week 1, it's gonna be awkward. Okay, so here we go. We are talking about the therapeutic rec. Sorry, there's a little bit of glare here. Therapeutic rec. There we go. Therapeutic rec routine board. Okay, so here's a close-up of it. You could probably push pause if you wanted to see it in more depth. This is my own, and your task is to create one, okay? So, what you have to have. Let me get my other board here. I'm so glad I had 2 spare whiteboards lying around. You know, sometimes I looked at them and I was like, I don't know why I have these. And you know what? They're coming in pretty handy right now. So, here we go. Components. This is a weekly system that you are doing the rest of the semester. And I am starting with this assignment because you're going to practice therapeutic rec while doing this, and also to hopefully improve your own self-care during this time, okay? I was excited, like I said, to start my week with this class because this is good. It's Monday, it is the beginning of a new week, and we're going to start with our therapeutic rec routines, okay? 2 sections of emotional. Okay, so you need 2 sections of a mental, a physical, a spiritual, and emotional. So let me give you some examples around this. And I'm going to go back to my board for this. Okay. So, I'm on my stairwell and that's not staying. Okay. Whatever. So I began my board yesterday on Sunday. And so I have designed my board where I have the date on it, so I know what I'm covering, what I'm not. So I have lined it out mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, are components of self. So mentally, there's 2 things I'm going to tune in on every week. One is establish a routine board. Done. Got it. Something I want to do daily is I have a book I'm reading right now. It is about Shackleton when the Endurance, his ship, got stuck down in Antarctica. And I thought that's a pretty good quarantine book. You know, they were stuck there for over a year, so we can get through this. So I want to read it daily. I also want to write daily. Boom. I've already done that today. Okay. So that's mentally. Think mentally, this could be around schoolwork you have to do. This could be around establishing routine. This could be, I log on to Canvas every day and I check for assignments. And you have 7 little tallies to keep you accountable for that. Guys, this is a valuable tool for any student to be doing right now. We are switching formats so quickly here that this is going to help. All right, this is going to help organize you, and you can do this outside of this semester too. Okay, so moving on to physically. Physically, I want to go for a walk every day. I have a nice little river loop that's about 2 miles, and I'm going to take a break in my day, get out of my house for a little bit, and go for a walk around the river. So I have done that. I also want to get up the road a little bit and get into the high peaks. This is going to vary for everyone, what you're able to do, where you're able to go. So I don't want you to worry about this and be like, Bethany, I live in the city, I can't, go hike in the mountains. You don't have to. Physically, you could do 50 push-ups a day, or you could establish a crunch routine, or there are so many great channels on YouTube right now of people putting out workout routines that you can do in your house. So you can do a lot of physical stuff without leaving your house. I want you, though, to tap into that idea of therapeutic rec. And there's a reason that a whole industry has been built around recreation, because it's good for your minds and your bodies. So you're working in a physical component, okay? Emotionally. So how do we cope with what we're going through right now? What emotions are you experiencing? You can do a lot of different ideas around this sector, okay? One could be keeping a daily journal, okay? Just to check in on your emotions. One could be phone calls with friends and family. That's what I'm doing. Once a day I am calling someone or I'm checking in with someone. My grandmother, I'm writing her letters. She was recently put in a nursing home right before the virus, and no one's been able to see her, so I'm writing her every day. This helps me emotionally. This helps me ward off anxiety, depression, the feelings of isolation. So tackle some things there. Spiritually, I want to be in my meditation corner every day. So I am doing that right now. I also want to get online and participate in some online yoga classes. All right. This could include prayer. This could include verse. This could include singing, dancing, going outside for a minute and just sitting. I want you to be creative. So if you come up with things I never said, that's awesome. You do not have to follow my board. You can take some of my stuff if you want it. It's fine. It's not copyrighted. So take what you want, come up with your own. These boards are changing every week. So once the new week comes, you're going to evaluate what you did, and you're going to have an accountability buddy with this, all right? I am also putting a Word doc on Canvas with this to explain what's going on here. You can pick an accountability buddy. So if there's someone in the class you're close with, you guys can partner up. You need to be checking in twice a week on how you're doing on your board. I don't want you to think that I have to get everything on my board to get an A. That's not it at all. I want you at the end of the week to evaluate what you did and what you didn't, and what you're going to do next week. I want you to evaluate what helped you, what you actually didn't really like doing that you're not adding to your board next week. Okay? So we get to do this for 6 weeks, and I'm hopeful that by the end of the 6 weeks, you will have a taste of what it's like to develop a routine board, and also what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So I'm pretty excited about these. It's great to have an accountability buddy, because if we tell someone what we're doing or we're checking in with them, we're more likely to do it, and we need that right now. I also, on my board, I put a little motivational quote right there. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. So I am trying to stay optimistic. I'm going to try to keep you guys optimistic as well. And more importantly, doing a little bit of self-care. It is so important in the world of therapeutic rec that you are practicing self-care. So, recap. I lost my other board. All right, erase it already. You are doing your routine board. That is going to be an assignment that you find attached as a Word doc. You are giving me ideas about the debates. You're checking in with your debate members. You are creating a mindfulness corner. It doesn't have to be a corner. It can be a wall. It can be a little thing on your desk that you put intentionally there. What it is something that you draw strength from, okay? it needs to be a little bit more than like, oh, like I just put my candle there and I light it every day. Let's have a little bit more than just, here it is, okay? So I have a few different things here that center me, all right? Visuals, things I can hold in my hands, prayer flags, I like to run my hands by them, pillows to sit on and meditate. So really being intentional, and I would encourage you to add to your space. All you're required to do this week is you're going to send me a photo of your space developing, okay? So a photo around that. And the Mindfulness Minute, that's a surprise that you can watch on my YouTube channel, okay? And then you can submit to me videos and I'll post them on my YouTube channel, okay? I am excited to be doing this with you and I'm looking forward to week 1. Let's have a strong start. Here we go.